Hello dear student, this is Rajwan Singh and today I am going to explain the lesson 3rd in SST of class 7, Delhi Sultanate. So my dear student, we have to discuss some important point of this chapter. So be careful and see. Some points. Point first, we have to know this Turkish rule in India. Turkish rule in India. Point number second, the Mamluk dynasty. The Mamluk dynasty. Point number third, Iltutmish. Point number 4, Razia Sultan. And the next point is Nasiruddin Mahmud. Nasiruddin Mahmud. And one point, Ghiyasuddin Balban. These are some important points that we have to know today. So my dear student, let's start and we concentrate and listen carefully. First of all, we will know about the Delhi Sultanate. What is Delhi Sultanate? When the Turkish rulers came to settle down in India, they also brought with them the nobles, artists, musicians, court poets, and entertainers to decorate their court in India. They took these things with them. Imagine you are one such noble who has to leave this hometown to accompany the Sultan. So, would you be excited about the prospect? Imagine, you can also imagine this. Would you be apprehensive? How will you prepare yourself for the new place for living those people? How do you think you will be contacted the people at home. You have to think this. My dear student, what will you carry along with you as memories of your homeland? These are the thinkable things. So, dear student, these things that we think they have done. Turkish rule in India. This is the first point that we have to discuss today. First of all, I want to tell you the beginning of the Turkish rule was an extremely significant event. As we have read in the previous chapter, Mahmud Gori defeated Prithviraj Chauhan in the second battle of Tarai in 1192 CE. After his victory, Gori left India for his home in Ghazni. So, my dear student, however, or you can say anyhow, he was soon killed by a band of Khokar rebels. He was killed by the band of Khokar rebels. So, my dear student, his trusted slave Qutbuddin Aibak led the foundation of the slave dynasty. And became the first Sultan of Delhi in 1206 CE. So, my dear student, this dynasty is also referred to as the Mamluk dynasty. Mamluk is an Arabic word for slave, and you know very well about this word. So, my dear student, this is the first point, Turkish rule in India, and we have to discuss the second point, the Mamluk dynasty. Qutbuddin Aibak was the founder and first ruler of what came to be known as the Delhi Sultanate. Under him, the modern day Afghanistan and a large part of northern India subcontinent formed the Delhi Sultanate. He initially ruled from Lahore, but he shifted his capital to Delhi. Later, after some time, he shifted his capital to Delhi. So, my dear student, Aibak was nicknamed Laksh Baks, or the giver of lakhs, due to his generosity. The Quwwat al-Islam Mosque in Delhi and the Adhai Din Ka Jhonpura in Ajmer were built during this reign. So, my dear student, he also initiated the construction of the Qutub Minar, but was unable to complete it. He died in an accident in 1210 CE before, while playing Chaugan, a king of polo on horseback. So, dear student, the next point is Iltutmish. Now we will know about Iltutmish. Iltutmish, a trusted slave and son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aybak, is regarded by historians as the real architect of Turkish rule in North India. He ascended the throne in 1210 CE despite great opposition from the Turkish nobility and external revolts. With a view to winning the support of the nobles, he granted them land and focused his attention on strengthening his empire. So, my dear student, he conquered Ranthambore, Bayana, Mandor and Jalore while crushing the revolts in Bengal and Bihar also, and annexing them in his empire. He also strengthened the northwestern frontier to safeguard it against Mongol invasions. So, my dear student, Iltutmish organized the Turkish nobility into a selected group of 40 nobles called Chalisa or Chahalgani. These are the groups of Iltutmish. He formed these groups. So, dear student, we will reach at the next point, Razia Sultan. We will know about Razia Sultan and their works. Razia Sultan, the daughter of Iltutmish, was the only Muslim woman ruler of Delhi. Referring to her Minhaj as Siraj, chronicler of the period, says she was a great monarch, wise, a dispenser of justice and protector of her subjects. My dear student, but in the born of wrong gender, so in the estimation of men, all her virtues were worthless. So, dear student, opposing the gender bias and cultural orthodoxy of her age, she wore male attire and appeared in public without any veil. She established law and order throughout the empire. Her rule triggered a power struggle between the Sultan and the Chahalgani. So, dear student, the nobility opposed her rule and also disapproved of the high position she granted to her Ethiopian slave Yakut. So, dear student, she was killed as part of a conspiracy by the nobles while she was on her way to reclaim her empire. At that time, she was killed by a plan. So, my dear student, we will discuss the one more point, Nasiruddin Mahmud and Ghiyasuddin Balban, in the next video. So, this is enough for today, and we will meet in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.